Good evening, everyone. I'm Leslie Adamy. Weather, of course, has been the big story these last 2 days, with much of the viewing area having seen heavy, steady rainfall. One of the heaviest hit was Rockport. You may have seen our Josh Maxwell. He was out there live earlier today, and he spoke with Aransas County leaders about some drainage projects underway to help or try and help with all that flooding. Josh?
Leslie, while rain was stop and go throughout the day, those I spoke with say their phones have been ringing off the hook. This is why. Concerned residents looking for answers on how to deal with recent flooding. On Tuesday, much of the coastal bend covered in dark, gray skies, with steady rain, heavy at times, and in certain spots around Rockport, when it rains,
Experienced a lot of calls today.
it floods.
A lot of water in yards, over roadways, and so forth.
Aransas County Engineer Daryl Seibert says constant flooding is the reason they're working on a drainage master plan to secure more funding to address problem areas around town.
Anyone that's affected by these rains to submit photos, submit documentation about their situation, ultimately to identify the problem drainage areas within the county to mitigate.
This is the scene here along South Magnolia Street. As you can see, a good portion of that road underwater. Another thing you can see is that that's not stopping people who live in this area from trucking through to get to their destination. That persistent driver is Bobby Forbes. He says this is nothing new to him.
Well, this area right here is a low-lying area of Rockport. It's probably the lowest elevation we got, so every time it rains, it floods over here and people can't get to their houses.
The water filled so much of the road, residents were able to float down the street rather than walk it. Forbes says while the water doesn't bother him, it could be a nightmare for others.
It gets a little bit deeper, it is, then you jeopardizing your truck, you know. They've been working on the drainage and it seems to be working. When it stops raining, it drains pretty quick.
Seibert says that master drainage plan is expected to be completed by August 27th. Again, for those experiencing any damage from this week's floods, you can submit your photos and information on the Aransas County main website. Leslie, back to you.